I've heard of businessmen getting arrested. I've heard of politicians like Tuju getting arrested. But I've never heard of political analysts getting arrested up until today. I say this because as we speak, Professor Herman Manyoro, who is well known, has been arrested by the Kenya Kwisha Group and is currently being detained at the DCI Mazingira house. Now, in this video, I want us to look into some of the possible reasons why Professor Manyoro has been arrested. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, according to Wakili Ndegwa Njiru, the main reason why Professor Manyoro was arrested is because of his commentary on the Nairobi hospital saga. Just check out this tweet, and I quote, Professor Herman Manyoro arrested, currently held at DCI Mazingira house over the Nairobi hospital hostile takeover issue. Now, why on earth would anyone ever be beefing with a professor over Nairobi hospital? Well, just have a look at this tweet for context so that you can understand where the backlog of the beef starts from. This is from Barack Gumba and it reads, "This might not be news to me." He's referring to the arrest of Professor. 7 months ago, Professor was challenged in his appointment to lead the lucrative KHA and brought proper tussle between the board, him, and Dr. Onyambu. As if that was never enough, Professor was out in the sunlight defending and attacking the war, forgetting that he had issues with the incumbent. Not news at all. So because of the beef these guys had with Professor, they were just waiting all along for him to speak on the issue, and when he did, they picked him. And apparently all the professor ever did was insinuate that the mismanagement of Nairobi Hospital is what killed Raila. And we all know Kasongo is the patron of Nairobi Hospital, so he probably wasn't too happy about that statement. Just listen into this.
If we had serious healthcare in this country, perhaps Raila would be with us. In particular, because Raila goes to Nairobi Hospital. If Nairobi Hospital was what it ought to be, I don't think Raila would have gone to India and met what he met. But well, it's God's will. Sometimes that's God's design.
I think we all agree with the professor. If Nairobi Hospital had not been mismanaged by the patron, Raila would never have gone to India for Mwarubaine and he would have still been here with us. Now, the second reason why Professor Manyoro was likely arrested is because he regularly sits down with opposition leaders to discuss the politics of the day. For instance, he recently interviewed JB Muturi on his channel. In fact, here's a snippet of the interview.
Muturi, if it is not you,
yes, who do you think would?
who would you? You, Fred Matiang'i, if it is not you,
Yeah, who do you think?
give an answer, an honest answer.
Yes.
So from how I see it, this is intimidation. They don't want the professor to sit down with JB Muturi, Linturi, Karua, or even Rigathi Gachagua. That one, they don't want to see it happen. And that's why they are nabbing him. And to that end, I say, Professor, aluta continua. Keep hosting these leaders in your podcast. Na hata mukizuia professor kufanya hizo mikutano, others can do it. We can also do it. It is not a crime to sit and discuss on camera. Those are very basic journalistic rights. Na ukinyimwa hiyo, then we are really in a terrible country, one that is far worse than Somalia. Now, the third reason for the professor's arrest is to serve as a warning to other political commentators. You see, usually, when someone wants to set an example to the others, they usually go for the one who leads the pack. The professor has done it longer than anybody else. Not even Ngunyi has done it as long as the professor. He is the one who is on very high demand. I see him on NTV, I see him on Citizen, I see him on radio stations, I see him on other podcasts. His commentary on politics is highly sought after. So they are trying to frustrate him to send a message to all the other commentators that kama we utaongea kitu ambayo ifurahishi yule ambaye ako pale State House, ama ifurahishi Farouk, ama ifurahishi mtu fulani, unashikwa. Make no mistake, like I said earlier, historically that has never happened. Hakuna siku yule mtu ambaye ana comment kwa mpira ambayo inaendelea like Peter Drury anaenda kushikwa. The repercussions is for those who are in there. Hapo kwa uwanja ndo unapewa yellow card, red card, dismissal, warning, and so on and so forth. But as a commentator, you should not be involved in that. Now the referee anaangalia kwa stand yule ambaye ana comment kwa microphone anapeana red card huko. That one is wrong and it needs to be called out. But having said that, that's just my take on the matter. Let's see what Kenyans next had to say about this. And I quote, Geoffrey Ouma Adongo said, "It lacks words to explain how and why people are being abducted and arrested. Are we a democratic country?" Honorable Grace Bahati said, "At this point, kila mtu atashikwa basi. How much is too much wealth for someone?" Kiriku Wawa Kinyanjui said, "I remember him choosing not to speak about it for fear of annoying Ruto." Lillian J said, "Ruto's obsession with Nairobi Hospital is getting dangerous. Arresting critics like Professor Manyoro won't hide the hostile takeover. This is pure authoritarianism. Kenyans are watching." But what say you guys? Do drop me your comments in the comment section below and I'll do best to read them and to give you a response. So with that, here today's ads of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up.
Right now, I'm with my team headed to a client's house in Ruto for consultation. That is to take measurements of the windows, go through our catalog with the client, and then once they decide on the color and the fabric they want, we'll get busy sewing, and at long last, the curtains installation will be on us. So if you're looking for curtains, shears, curtain rods, curtain accessories, reach out to Phoenix Curtains and Interior Decor and we will sort you out. Call us on 0724 414153.
And if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.